Rob, when you step away from the game and then ultimately decide to come back, and we saw Jason Witten do the same thing, you talked about the grind, and it seems like you embrace the grind. But there is that mental component of being ready for all the work that goes into the season. When you decided to come back, what was the toughest part for you?
Oh, I would say the toughest part, overall, what wasn't really, the physical grind. I've been there before. I've done that. I knew what was expected of myself. I knew what was expected, just throughout, of how to get, throughout a whole season. So that wasn't really the toughest part. I would say learning a new playbook and then going out there and applying it, being mentally sharp because, just learning a whole new system. When you have your own playbook, when you've been in a system for 9 years, you just react instantly. You don't even think about it. And then when you start thinking about it, it kind of makes it harder mentally and physically to perform. So just learning the playbook when the ins and out of a whole new, brand new playbook is definitely, I would say, one of the hardest parts of playing football at the beginning.
You've obviously played for two different coaches now with Coach Belichick, obviously now Bruce Arians. Tell us a little bit about what's similar, because you've both now gotten to Super Bowl, and what's really different about these two gentlemen.
I would say the two different things about him is that, Coach Belichick was defensive minded, and here Coach BA, he's very offensive minded. And then that's their difference. But then I would say what's very similar is that they both know the ins and outs of what they know. Like Coach Belichick is very defensive minded and unbelievable coach on working with the defensive side of the football game, of the defensive side with the players. And then Coach BA just working with the offensive side, just knowing the ins and outs. I mean, both great coaches and both just know, the details of what need to be done to win football games.
But how different are the personalities? I mean, in New England, it was always buttoned up. It's like we're on to the next game, share very little with the media. And Arians is a guy that, like it or not, even early in the season when Tom had a game where he struggled, was willing to share that with the media. I mean, two completely different approaches to how they're going to handle not only the media, but the players themselves.
Oh, yes, definitely. There are, different. They both definitely have their own persona, their own approaches to the way, media is held, the atmosphere of the program. But I mean, there's 32 clubs in the league. All 32 are always going to be different. There may be some similar, some, totally different. I would say that these two, are kind of, totally different aspects of, approach to the media and everything. But, I learned, I'll never take anything away from my 9 years there. I learned so much under that program. I learned that way. And I am actually very grateful that I've learned that way. There's many aspects, learning, through that organization's lessons that, that were taught to me that I still use to this day, that I apply to this day. And then just coming here is complete 180 for sure. Totally different. I mean, I feel like, the biggest difference is just, having the freedom of just, being yourself here in this organization.
I got to think for you, your decision to come back, this is like the perfect story, right? It's ended up now you're going to birth into the Super Bowl. I assume that part of the thought was that was going to happen, but then I saw this video after you guys beat the Packers, and it looked like you and Tom Brady were enjoying the moment pretty well and just kind of staring at the camera, which I thought was classic. How much have you embraced the chance that, again, you walked away and you came back and boom, you're right back into a big show?
I embraced the challenge like right away. I knew I just wasn't coming back just to come back, and coming down here with Tom. I know, through my experience of playing with Tom is that it's championship level football at all times. Every day is championship level preparation. And that's what it's all about, and that's how I wanted it to be. But I stayed in shape and everything throughout my time off. I didn't really play football. Actually, I didn't really touch a football for like a whole year, but I kept my cardio up. I kept working out. I just knew that, if I wanted to come back, and I would take me like a week or two just to do some football activities to gain it all back, because my cardio was still there and I was still working out and stuff. So that was a huge plus. But I embraced the whole challenge right from the beginning. I knew it was going to be a grind. I knew that it was going to be championship level play, and that's what it's all about.